what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of some texture to my box, okay? So I want to make like, it's an agricultural centre, exhibition centre. I'm going to make it sort of like a farm shed type space. So I want to basically make that box out of some timber or something, okay? Now, I don't know if you guys know about CG Textures. Have you used that website before? So I highly recommend creating an account with that because they have epic stash of textures here. So if you wanted like some concrete or anything, just search it. And you can download any of these. And some of them tile as well, so you can use some of them in SketchUp and that. CG Textures. So check that out in future. Now if I click on one, it has this credit system where if you're using the free version, you're only allowed to download so many textures per day or whatever. So if you're just on the free one, just choose carefully because you don't want to exceed your limit and then not be able to finish the assignment.
And
but
the other website that we found was at sketchup.textures.com. There's some free ones there as well.
Yeah. So I've brought one in, I've got one from that. So here it is here, my wood texture. I'm just going to drag and drop that. Now see what happened there when I dragged and dropped it from a folder? It did that thing that some of you had the issue with where it's got the lines across it and I hit enter and it's a link, it's not actually in my image as such. So you can see that little icon down there on top of my layer. So I'm just going to right click on it and go rasterize, okay? And now it's in my drawing proper. So the first, obviously I'm going to need to use to squash this down into that shape to get it about looking right with the perspective and stuff because it's just flat. So maybe what I'll start by doing is just lining up that corner like that. And I'm going to use these transform tools again. But this time I'm going to, if you just click up here once I think and then right click, if you right click on a toggle you'll get different options. Okay, and we're going to use, you can try these different ones. I'm going to use perspective, I think. And that's going to allow me to like twist that, and change the perspective of it. So it's still not quite right, but if I right click again and just hit free transform and then maybe bring that down, sort of like that. Try the perspective again, bring it across. That's not looking too bad now, eh? The other one you could try is the skew one, which just gives you the ability to like move individual corners and stuff. Sort of like that. So that's looking pretty good. Then I'm going to use a quick mask again. So if I flick that off for now, use the lasso tool to just quickly, so I'm using the quick keys here as well, so that was L for lasso. Okay, I'm just doing a pretty rough job, but yours will look better than this. And then, now you notice that I haven't actually created the layer mask yet, I've just done the selection, okay? If I turn that on, because I've got it selected, if I hit layer mask, it's going to automatically cut off everything that's not selected. So it's a little bit faster than just hitting the paint bucket tool. So you can see down here like it's basically painted everything that's not selected black. Okay. If you wanted to do it, you can actually do it in opposite as well if you wanted to. So say I wanted to paint everything, like do the opposite of what I just did, and have everything that is not selected show up. I can hold Alt and then click on the layer mask and it's going to do everything that's not selected, alright? So that's how I'm going to start doing my textures, and I'm also, I want to kind of see a little bit of the image underneath it. So perhaps I want to also cover, say I want to cover this wall in wood as well, okay? So I'll just bring that in again so it's fresh. There we go. Just rasterize it. I'm just going to make it a bit smaller. I'll probably have to join it as well. So I want to make this wall, this back wall here, all in timber, okay? So I'll switch that off again. Oh, another thing to remember is like when you transform something, the shape of it, you have to hit enter afterwards to confirm that you're happy with what you've done and to move on to another tool. So I'll flick it off, use my lasso tool again, just quickly zoom around. Another thing you might find is that you want to like get from A to B, but you have to kind of like slide around on the screen like that. When you're in the lasso tool and any other tool, if you want to pan, you can hold spacebar, okay? And it'll just allow you to move more precisely. Okay, real quick rubbish job. You can double click to finish and it'll just connect it. Okay, and then I'm going to use that that automatic kind of masking tool again as well. I'll turn that on and there it is, masked out. So you'll notice that it's just like a straight, it's still the image without any, like I can't see any of the lighting that was in my photograph underneath that or anything. So one way to fix that is to crank down the opacity, right? But then you're losing your texture as well. So you're getting the lighting, but you're losing the texture. So the other thing you can play with is these modes here, right, which are next door. And right now we're on normal, right? If we change that to multiply, it's going to allow the lighting to come through the image without actually losing any of the image. So what multiply essentially does is make anything that's white or partially white goes clear. So depending on its whiteness depends on how clear it goes, you know. So now we've got those nice shadows which were on the wall previously coming through. Okay. Do you guys want to add a couple of textures and then we can do something else, or should I
We'll probably break time.
have a break? Yeah, cool.
Like this isn't fading out.
Oh yeah, sure.
And then, so, should we go for a break?